some indication of wind, and so we'll do this, use the corner of the sponge, and then the edges of the smoke need to be really smoothed out. So in other words, you don't want any dry edges around there. So you can kind of see it's going to be just the fire just starting. So then I'll come in here, a little bit darker to the inside here. So you start with the smoke, and then you get the fire put on later. Most people don't know, like, smoke rules, but yeah, so the burnt umber kind of looks more like smoke, whereas a real grass fire is normally kind of gray with the little plumes of dark gray, but the brown looks more smoky, in my opinion. I'm a brown smoke fire maker. So there's a few different techniques. There's going to be the technique that you put on there, and then if you want to continue it, let that dry before you want to extend it a little bit. Like, it's a little dangerous to come back in because of lifting, but we'll get silly with it. And then the edges need to be really smooth. So you want to watch out for these dry little straight marks like that. Okay. Ricky, go ahead and do the sinks over there. You're not really. Well, keep painting. You're starting to paint already? All right. So then what you're going to do is start building up the flame. So the outside of the flame is going to be orange, and then you go to yellows and then white for the inside of the flame. So there's this technique, which is kind of a palette knife. So I'm going to show you another technique. This is using the side of a palette knife, kind of like the same as like bark texture. With this one, I'm going to do kind of a sweeping motion. So this is the bright brush. Ricky, maybe talk a tiny bit less. Not really. And then watch this. So I'm going to take this brush stroke and I'll bend it and let it swirl up. So this is kind of a swirling, going this direction, so I'm bending it this way, turning it up. And you need like a pretty, this is going to be kind of a little bit more of a stylized brush, but so that's just a base coat with an orange. What's that?
I feel like if it turns out really good, I'm gonna be like, whoa, how'd you paint that?
You'll never know. You have notes from somebody else. Okay, it's going to be. Right now it is smoke and smoldering. So then I'll come back in. So then use brighter orange. So a little brighter orange, and it's going to be smaller brush strokes, not quite as sweeping. Eventually this will be almost white. Then I can even add some little flecks of orange in the grass so it doesn't look like it started flat. And if you're doing like smaller pieces of fire coming off, then it can be a little more horizontal brush strokes at first. Okay. Then you have warm yellow and cool yellow. I recommend normally on the outside using more of the warm yellow, which is cad deep hue, into the orange. Let this dry, and then you're going to come back in, and as far as the shape goes, it's going to be sort of the same thing, where you're just kind of doing the turns. So I'm going to come here, turn the brush, bend it back again. That'll give it sort of the illusion of a realistic fire. Rinse off your brush in between if you're going to go from like a really dark color to light, otherwise it can get a little muddy on you, and then it gets a little silly. So now I'm going to come in, you can kind of see the bends. And then these come out of water in the brush strokes, so you don't want it too dry. Almost ready to start adding the lighter colors now. So this, and it won't look like fire until you get that white in there, which is a few layers away. So good fire should take probably 5 to 6 layers of paint. So if you try to do it all at once, this was a lot faster. This was using the side of a palette knife and or a side of a brush, and you can take it and you can kind of rub it on the side. So I'm using a side of the brush, then that'll kind of get the illusion of that same kind of look to it. But this is a totally different technique. This one is more sweeping and more painterly, where you can see the brush strokes. So it's not like, that one can seem, is like a little bit gimmicky, but it still looks halfway decent. And then also with the lighter colors that you go, you can go a little bit thicker with the paint. So the smoke is really thin, the orange is pretty thin, and as you go lighter, you can use thicker paint. Okay, so now I have like some of the textures in there. Then this is like the huge brush. I'll use this a tiny bit more, and then I'll go to a smaller brush, like maybe a small bright, or possibly a round. And then following the directions, so if there's wind taking it this way, you'll be able to kind of put this in. And you have in some pieces kind of breaking apart. So you can see little chunks of the fire. And then almost ready for some white area in here. Okay. Then I'll use a little round brush. There we go. So I use a round brush, white and yellow. So this is just pretty much white and yellow. And that'll be in the inside of the flame. These are going to be doing kind of S shapes. And then following the reference for like the shapes of the fire. And eventually I'll even put more white and yellows into the flame. And focusing only on this. And if you have some sort of structure, this is going to be going really light here. And even on this section, I'll put a few of the little flames coming out. And then pure white and then a little bit of yellow. That'll be for the core of the fire. And then that's only on the bottom. The brighter the flame, with the white and the yellow, then the hotter it is.
What if you have blue?
Blue is normally gas or not organic materials. So in other words, if it's a house fire, something blue and plastic. So if plastic catches on fire, you can have blue. Natural gas, you can have blue. But outside in a field, you're not going to have blue.
Okay, what if your paint might get inside?
You can do blue. You can get silly with blue.
Would you use the same technique as if
Yep.
you're doing a big fire? So it would be
Yeah, and then following the reference for it. Then I'll do some little dots in the fire, and then I'll even do back to the orange. Then I could do like little tiny little embers that are floating away. That'll give it a little sparkle to my narcle. What's that? A sparkle? Should I go more? I'm gonna go another sparkle. I can't be stopped. Here's how crazy I'm gonna go. And then one more up here. Look at that one. Oh, stop it. Get out of town. All right. That's this technique. This is a palette knife technique. And then that's how you do it, though. That's how you do fire. You're here all night. Get out of town. What?